Imagine a ship twice the size of the Titanic, carrying 211 souls, simply blinking out of existence. In 1909, the passenger liner SS Waratah vanished off the coast of South Africa without leaving behind a single lifeboat, oil slick, or body. No distress call, no wreckage, not even a floating piece of debris. More than a century later, one haunting question remains. How does a massive steel ship disappear so completely that not even a trace remains today? This is the story of the SS Waratah, Australia's ghost ship and one of the greatest unsolved maritime mysteries in history. In the early 20th century, the oceans were highways of empire. Passenger ships carried migrants, businessmen, and travelers across vast distances between continents. Among these ships was the SS Waratah, a modern passenger liner built in Scotland in 1908. At over 9,300 tons, the Waratah was one of the most advanced ships of its time. The ship was designed to carry passengers between Europe and Australia, stopping along the coast of Africa. Many believed the Waratah was destined to become the Titanic of the Southern Hemisphere. But its story would become far darker. On July 26, 1909, the Waratah departed Durban, South Africa, on what should have been a routine voyage toward Cape Town. On board were 211 people. Passengers included wealthy travelers, businessmen, families, and crew members. None of them would ever be seen again. But before the ship even left port, something unsettling happened. One passenger named Claude Sawyer reportedly experienced a strange dream. In the dream, Sawyer saw a blood-soaked knight standing over the ocean. The vision disturbed him so deeply that he decided to leave the ship before departure. That single decision may have saved his life, because just days later, the Waratah would vanish forever. On the evening of July 26th, the SS Waratah steamed away from Durban harbor. At first, everything seemed normal. Passengers relaxed in the lounges. Crew members prepared the ship for the journey south. But outside the ship, the ocean was beginning to change. Weather conditions along the South African coast were deteriorating. Strong winds were building. The sea was rising. And ahead of the Waratah lay one of the most dangerous stretches of ocean in the world, the Wild Coast, a place where powerful currents, violent storms, and unpredictable waves have claimed ships for centuries. As the Waratah sailed deeper into the darkness of the open sea, the storm continued to grow. It would be the last voyage the ship would ever make. Even before its disappearance, there were concerns about the Waratah. Some passengers from earlier voyages reported that the ship had an unsettling behavior. It had a tendency to roll heavily during rough seas, and worse, sometimes the ship would roll and stay tilted longer than expected. Naval engineers later suggested the Waratah may have been top-heavy. In calm waters, this design flaw may not have mattered, but in violent seas, it could become deadly. Another critical problem was communication. Unlike many ships today, the Waratah did not carry wireless radio equipment. This meant that if something went wrong at sea, the ship had no way to send a distress signal, no warning, no call for help. Once the Waratah disappeared beyond the horizon, it was completely alone, and the ocean waiting ahead was anything but forgiving. The eastern coastline of South Africa is one of the most dangerous maritime regions on Earth. The area is dominated by the powerful Agulhas Torrent. This massive ocean current flows southward along the African coast at incredible speed. But when the Agulhas current collides with strong southwesterly winds, something terrifying happens. The ocean becomes chaotic. Enormous waves can suddenly rise from the sea. Some of these waves are known as rogue waves or freak waves. They can reach heights of 60 feet or more, tall enough to swallow ships whole. On July 27th, another ship in the region, the steamer Harlow, reported something strange on the horizon. Through the storm, sailors saw what appeared to be smoke and fire in the distance. Moments later, the lights vanished completely. It was the last known sighting of the SS Waratah. Then the darkness closed in, and the ship was never seen again. Some researchers believe the Waratah may have encountered a terrifying ocean phenomenon, sometimes called a hole in the sea. This occurs when opposing wave systems collide. Instead of forming a single wave, the sea can suddenly drop downward, creating a massive depression in the water. If a ship enters this collapsing wave structure, it can be flipped violently. For a top-heavy ship like the Waratah, this could have been catastrophic. Within seconds, the vessel may have rolled completely over, trapping passengers and crew inside the steel hull. No lifeboats, no distress signals, no survivors. And if the ship sank quickly enough, the ocean could erase nearly every trace. In the decades that followed, technology advanced dramatically. Sonar scanning, underwater drones, deep-sea mapping. Researchers hoped modern equipment could finally locate the wreck, but the search proved far more difficult than expected. The seabed along the wild coast is covered with shifting sand and powerful currents. Even large wrecks can become buried under meters of sediment. This means the Waratah could still be hidden beneath the ocean floor, completely invisible to sonar. The disappearance of the SS Waratah reminds us of other modern mysteries, events where aircraft or ships vanish without leaving evidence. One example is Malaysia Airlines flight MH370, which disappeared in 2014. Despite enormous search efforts, parts of the wreckage remain missing. Both mysteries show something unsettling. Even in the modern world, the ocean still holds secrets we cannot easily uncover. Recent underwater surveys conducted in 2024 and 2025 have identified areas near the Zora River where the Waratah wreck may be buried under layers of sediment. But so far, no definitive wreck has been discovered. More than a century has passed since the SS Waratah disappeared. The passengers who boarded that ship in 1909 never reached their destination, and the ocean has never returned them. Today, the Waratah remains one of the greatest maritime mysteries in history, a ship that vanished without a single trace, a reminder that even with all our technology, the sea still has the power to erase human history in an instant. And somewhere beneath the waves of the South African coast, the ghost ship SS Waratah may still be waiting to be found.